Everybody, it's your boy Carlos here.
And Joseph.
And Corte.
And this is The Passenger Seat.
All right. So welcome everybody. Today, as you happen to notice with our awesome props, we're going to be talking about Dragon Ball Super, and we have a very special guest, and that is our friend,
Mr. Noctex.
Oh,
So we thought we'd bring in another Dragon Ball Z Super expert, and this is the closest one we know. He's one of our closest friends, so this is something new that we've never done before, but yeah.
a lot of new stuff.
A lot of new stuff,
yeah.
yeah. So each of us is going to talk about an individual moment that we liked about the Tournament of Power.
Right, so we're not actually going to go through the entirety of Dragon Ball Super. We're just going to keep it to the Tournament of Power, because if we did go through the entirety of Super, we'd be here forever. Yeah, we could go on for days about that topic. A little overview of Dragon Ball Super. It first aired January 7th, 2017, and it ran all the way till 2019. And you had a couple of arcs in that. You had obviously when
Beerus shows up.
Beerus shows up
right in the beginning, yeah.
Right. Then you have the Golden Frieza arc.
Yeah. Best arc.
Right.
Okay.
You have the. You can, if you didn't notice, Carlos is a big fan of Golden Frieza. Dork.
First of all, it's Frieza in general. Okay, continue.
Anyways, you have the introduction of Universe 6, right?
Yes.
With
the guys with big dogs.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Champa.
Hit and these people. That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It showed up. Then you had the Future Trunks arc, where was that whole
Goku Black.
Goku Black. Then you have the Universe Survival arc, which was obviously the Tournament of Power.
Probably the biggest arc in the series, honestly.
Yeah.
All right, so either of you want to follow in and talk a little bit about the Tournament of Power, what it was, and
The Tournament of Power is exactly what it sounds like. It was kind of like Dragon Ball Z is always.
That's why he's the expert.
But it's always Dragon Ball Z is always run off of tournaments. Whether it was like the tournaments from back in the day when all the champions would come together and fight each other, like and Goku fought Piccolo and Goku fought Vegeta and so forth. So they put that into a spectrum of now it's life or death. Whoever survives, your universe survives. So I kind of liked it. It made it a little more intense.
And it was interesting to find out how many different universes there were and how the different power levels of each universe.
Right.
So that was pretty cool. They never introduced that before.
Or the introduction of new characters in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, that too.
That was what I liked the most.
Mm-hmm.
So we can create a broad scale of where the show can go now, the direction of the show.
Right. And just so y'all get an idea, if you haven't happened to watch Dragon Ball Super, following the scheme of the scheme of Dragon Ball, right? They like they said, they follow this tournament style thing where they end up fighting. They pit the strongest fighters against each other. Except this time it's for the fate of survival of universes. So basically, an omnipotent being called
Zeno. Or Zenny.
Well, yeah, the Zenny.
Is Zeno, right?
Well, it's the Zenos, but if you don't watch that arc, you're not gonna forget about it. I'm not gonna get into
but
it.
But it's Zeno. Goku calls him Zenny.
Goku calls him Zenny. Yeah.
And basically Zeno is some omnipotent being who, godlike figure who is able to obliterate everything if he chooses.
Like a snap of a finger.
Snap of a finger.
That's true.
Thanos style, but like on a million. And basically, for his own entertainment, Zeno or Zenny wants to put these people in a big old tournament and get some satisfaction or some fun out of it.
Well, the tournament is kind of Goku's fault if you watch the show.
Yeah, it was Goku's fault.
Yeah.
Goku's always thirsty for a fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The same blood. Goku's just straight up thirsty.
Yeah. So that's a quick description there of the Tournament of Power for you guys. And now we're just going to go ahead and start from, I imagine you want to start first?
Yes.
Of our favorite moments of the Tournament of Power.
My favorite part of the Tournament of Power is when Goku goes up against Kefla. Just because, he's obviously pushing it's Caulifla and Kale, and he's trying to push them to be much stronger. To get a better,
like he always does.
Like he always does, yeah. He's trying to get a better, he's trying to get a rise out of them to get a better opponent, and to challenge himself. So The crazy thing is that which one? It was Kale or Caulifla, the one who is like an incarnation of like legendary Super Saiyan.
The legendary Super Saiyan thing.
I actually don't remember.
That's Kale.
Is it Kale?
I'm pretty sure it's
So
Kale.
Khalifa's the rambunctious one?
Yeah.
Okay. So Kale is that incarnation of the legendary Super Saiyan. So when they fuse using the Patara earrings, they go, crazy powerful.
He's like a female version of Vegito.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Goku's having an awesome fight. I love that fight. I mean, just Goku stunting pretty much against.
Well, it was the Kamehameha too.
Yeah. That's.
He has a really iconic Kamehameha in that scene. And it's dope.
Yeah, because she does the blast and he goes, boo, and he rides.
Yeah.
He like puts
her
it
beam.
on the blast.
He rides her beam. That sounds so weird. He rides Kefla's beam so hard, and then just gets off and, bah! Yeah, it's
It is sick.
It is.
So 'cause in that moment, she thinks that she's winning because he's in midair.
Right.
And so she hits him with a big blast. But when she hits him with that big blast, since he's in the midair and he needs to change his direction, he hits his blast off of hers so he can flip around it and then land that Kamehameha right in her face. And she
Basically saying,
She gets wiped
I
out.
have the high ground.
Yeah, I have the high ground.
But I thought that was a really cool fight.
I actually did find that very interesting about that character because you never get to see
Broly with lipstick.
No, just Broly in full action. And she throughout the whole tournament, she was battling one of the strongest people. So you could kind of question, what if Broly was in that tournament? You know what I mean? Like, what would have happened if he's stronger than Kale or not? But we'll never know.
You imagine like Broly and Kale just doing a fusion.
Oh, Jesus.
It's one of those things we just don't let happen.
No, we don't talk about those.
All right, we'll move on to Corte, and you go ahead and tell us your favorite moment.
My favorite moment in Tournament of Power is pretty much the most cliche moment in the show, but it was iconic, and it's when Goku goes into Ultra Instinct. And it's just the way that they set it up. He basically he's creating a Spirit Bomb as his biggest move to fight against Jiren, which everyone loves the fight between Goku and Jiren. Right. And in trying to collide a Spirit Ball or a Spirit Bomb with Jiren, Jiren's able to subdue it, and the Spirit Bomb explodes, and Goku falls in it, and they think he's dead. And of course he comes back, and when he comes back, it's just epic. They have this really cool theme song with it. They have just this energy that just feels just right, and he just comes in ready to do his thing. And I think my favorite part about the whole Goku coming back in the Ultra Instinct though was Beerus. When Beerus looks at the field and everyone's crying or upset that he's dead or whatever, and you feel this energy come in, Beerus looks and he says, "Here he comes." Yeah. And it was like that mutual respect from the God of Destruction himself, like, here he comes, this is my guy, and he's about to throw the hands. So
yeah, you say it and all I can hear is the music in my head.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It's just epic, and Goku, like, when he's in Ultra Instinct mode, everything's like, he's basically just walking, and like he's dodging enemies' attacks. It just feels so, I don't know.
Like he's on another level.
He feels like a god.
It's almost crazy because you watch the series and you're like, oh, he's Super Saiyan God, which is the blue hair, and all that stuff, and you're like, can he go any further? And then he does, and you're like, oh my god.
But I feel like Super Saiyan God needs to change his name to just Super Saiyan Blue, because in reality, Ultra Instinct is God mode.
Yeah.
Because the way he carries himself feels like the type of character that is like a god. Like, he's not afraid of nothing. He's just doing his thing. He's fighting. He's about that action.
He just can't hold it for that long.
But Super Saiyan Blue is different.
Yeah. That's supposedly Ultra Instinct. It's only Saiyans, they said.
No, Ultra Instinct is a form that even the angels.
Yeah, because gods of destruction use Ultra Instinct.
So it's not even like a new Saiyan. It's,
not all the gods can do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Beerus can though.
I don't know. I actually don't know.
I believe he can. But that's my favorite part. Like I said, the best part of it to me was just Beerus' words. Just the power in those words, like, here he comes. And the trust that Beerus had in Goku. Like, that says a lot. So, that's why I love that one. Let's see what you got. What's your favorite moment?
Now we're tossing it over to Carlos so he can tell us his favorite moment.
So, one of my favorite moments of Tournament of Power...
Y'all can guess.
There was a lot of good Frieza moments, I'm not going to lie. But you guys know what I'm going to say. It's that final fight of Jiren, Frieza, and Goku, which as soon as he goes gold and Goku goes, blue, and they fight Jiren together because obviously even Goku notices, I can't take this opponent on alone. And I think they also had Android 17 with them. Yeah, they had 17 with them too. But just that moment of, well, at least from when you grew up with Dragon Ball, you're like, this was his first villain. This was like his first bad guy. And then all of a sudden we're to the point where it's like, they're fighting alongside each other and trying to basically kick Jiren's ass. And they successfully do it. Jiren's a really strong opponent, though. He's one of the coolest like characters they introduced in Super.
And I think the reason why that is because Jiren is, he's not your typical strong enemy type character that they present in Dragon Ball.
He's like a frenemy.
He's a noble being.
He's a hero,
right?
Of his own universe.
Exactly.
So he's basically like Goku, in the sense that he's a noble being, and he has his own reasons to fight for that aren't for evil.
I don't know if I can say noble because he has selfish vendettas.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was very.
He is definitely not a bad guy. He's a hero of the other story, and I like that they created that.
The way he carries himself, is what makes him noble. It's the fact of like, okay, him being the part of that. I forgot the name of him.
Man. I was about to call him the Genyi Force.
I was gonna call them Space Rangers or something.
I actually don't remember what they're called.
Well, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Anyways, being part of that group, he's sworn to protect now, and that's still pretty cool. And even his ideals when clashing against Goku, it's very, he carries himself in a noble way.
Yeah,
he does.
But that fight for me was it was good because obviously it was just one of the coolest fights and the animation was incredible and the way they fought. And also I liked the fact of the whole change in Frieza's dynamic there because Frieza knows that if they lose, he's dead.
Right.
So he has to fight alongside Goku.
And he's not going to let himself die.
And he's not going to let himself die, especially because he wants to beat Goku.
Right.
Yeah,
that's his main objective. So he had to work with his enemy to be able to defeat this person so they can survive so he can beat Goku, which is essentially what he always wants to do, beat the monkey.
Yeah.
But obviously, don't want to spoil the whole thing there, and I want you guys to watch the series. Yeah. But it was a really good fight, and it ends in a good way. Even though, whatever happens, it's all...
Right.
But, yeah, I found that really good. And then at the end, even Wiz was like, you fought really, bravely, even though he was, free. Whis is his name?
It's Whis.
Whis?
Wiz.
Wiz?
Oh, my bad. Wiz Khalifa, yes.
So we get drunk.
Wiz.
And, he just tells him that he fought really bravely, even though he's a villain, but...
And healed him.
And healed him. And then after, I like that they kept that after in the Broly movie, even though we're not talking about the Broly movie, was that level of respect that Goku and Frieza had together because they fought together.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like the relationship between Goku and Frieza is starting to feel like Goku and Vegeta.
Yeah,
a little bit.
They push each other.
Yeah, but Frieza's just evil.
Frieza's evil, but Frieza is also... he respects Goku and Goku respects him.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're powerful.
Exactly.
And I think they love that, Goku and Vegeta, they love that mess.
Yeah. So, obviously a lot of great moments in the Tournament of Power. We can't talk about all of them.
We could talk about Dragon Ball Z all night long.
Definitely check out Super if you haven't seen any of Dragon Ball and just start from the beginning.
Right. Or even if you've already watched Super and this video made you feel a certain way about rewatching it, please do. Hey.
Or even the movies.
Oh, that too.
Just watch Battle of the Gods or Revenge of Frieza. They're all good movies.
And the Broly movie.
movie is outstanding.
Yeah.
But the Tournament of Power is probably definitely the best fight sequences I've seen in Dragon Ball Z.
It's the best arc, and
for sure.
But the Buu arc was good too. It was the Buu arc, seeing Majin, Vegeta, and Goku go at it.
Oh, you talk about Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, you're right. That was a good ending to Dragon Ball Z. I did really like that.
Well, make sure that if you like this video, you go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, show a little support. We hope that you enjoyed that we brought our guest, Mr. Noctex, on so he could give a little bit of his wisdom on Dragon Ball Super over to this video. And hopefully you enjoyed this ride, and hopefully you'll join us next time here in
The Passenger Seat.
All right. So welcome everybody.
We're still recording.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going now.
I thought that was a really cool fight. Kefla, or you know what? Just straight up Kale when she goes Legendary Super Saiyan, she could just bend me over and spank me.
Oh. You know what's
The Future Trunks arc, where was that whole
Black Goku.
Goku Black.
Goku Black?
Sorry.
You just say Black Goku. Yeah. Oh, was that YouTube channel?
Oh yeah, the one where they do the rapping stuff.
Yeah. Sorry.
I don't know how the intro goes. It goes
SSJ.
Yeah. So my favorite moment is probably in the Tournament of Power.
My favorite part of the Tournament of Power was the tournament.
Tournament of Power.
How much power they had.
Blooper reel. Okay. So so basically